We have to build our membership back up. We have to build our signatory contractor base back up. It's important to build our ties with elected officials, no matter how good our collective bargaining agreements are. If we have legislatures that want to enact right to work or take away prevailing wage, those are bad things for our members. So we need to build the relationships with elected officials and make sure we have friends of organized labor in positions of authority.
When you say adapt, we got to look at, the demographics. The demographics are changing in America. And so with the BAC leading the charge and more women, putting more women, promoting women to get into trades, Latinos, African Americans, and the outreach of Asians, and the outreach of what our executive board has been doing, and to reaching out to all these different groups. And I think that's awesome.
Social media is huge. It's definitely a new tool to bring in new people into the trade and educate people about who we are and what we do. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's constantly changing and evolving, and we need to stay on top of all the new technology.
We need to build our membership. Organizing the young generation is to educate them and let them know that you're going to get old someday in this business, and it comes pretty quick. And if you don't have a good pension, good health care to protect yourself and your family when you get ready to retire, the non-union guy's not worried, the contractor's not worried about your future.
Well, you adapt or die. You got to do something. I mean, the BAC membership's dropped in the past 10 years or so, and we've got to make changes to increase our membership.
I deal more with the Latinos in San Antonio, and then I think they're just scared. Better opportunities of the union, and the less opportunities that they have with non-union, they don't see it. We gotta get it through their heads.
The technology and all that changed a lot. I work in the refractory, the same thing is big change. Now it's safety first, otherwise you're going home.
Mainly getting the young guys like high school and educating them about it. Because, well, when I was in high school, I really didn't know much about it. And so getting out to these young kids will change, everything.
We got to start with a strong foundation, and our leadership is our strong foundation of our union, and you build off that. You start with a good foundation, you're going to have a good, strong union, you're going to have a good, strong building.
It's got to adapt. Go to the high schools, to the grade schools, show them, take a woman there, show them that this is not out of your reach. This is just not a man's job.
So when I got in 10 years ago, a woman made up 2% of the membership where I'm from in Chicago. We are now approaching 7% in 10 years, which it's a small accomplishment, but I think for me it's huge. For the first time this year, I worked with 2 other female bricklayers on a job, and that was pretty exciting.
Well, it's important to adapt to the changes because that's the face of the communities. To be a guy that came from no representation, to have union representation, to be a leader of the union of Local 1, to only move on to be second in command of the Building Trades Council. If you would have told me 21 years ago that that was possible, I would have never believed you. But it is, and I think that it's important to keep that kind of momentum going in terms of continuing to make sure that the workforce looks diverse.
You get to build a career. It's not just a job, it's a career.
No one was born with this knowledge. As far as a trade, I don't care what trade it is, no one's born with it. You got to learn it. The ball has to keep rolling.
I would definitely like to see more younger people get into it. If you take care of the career at a young age when you need to, it will take care of you when you get older.
Cross-training is really big in my home local. When a new product comes around like rain screen,
They automatically present it to you and they want you to get the training for it. You can't be just one-dimensional. You have to know it all on this racket if you want to work full-time.
I think training is a very great part of your career because, I mean, back in the 70s, I had to go through training and it took me a long way.
Adapt and maybe give some information, more information in French and English too, because 99% of my member is French. Nous avons besoin de pages traduites pour le journal de l'Union internationale. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
The iPhones, the computers, everything is instant information and it's quick. Like I just worked for a company in Toronto. Well, the office is in Toronto. I'm in Windsor. It's almost a 4-hour drive, and they're sending changes to the foreman on the phone, like information right there and then. And a few years back, that was not the case. It's advancement technology, and you have to adapt and change.
When I first started, we were really minorities. Okay, you rarely saw anybody of color or Hispanics, Latino, or women. I was the only woman sitting in my union meeting. We've learned how to respect each other. That's a big change in itself. And another change is they accept me.
I think it's a mindset, change really more than anything. It's women can do the work. We're capable of showing up on time or early for our jobs, doing it as well as anybody else on the job site. Bricklayer's a bricklayer. If I can lay brick or block with you, and you can do it too, then what's the big difference? We're on the wall, we're here to do our jobs.